Morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me for a look at your work week forecast for April 19th through April 23rd. The weather this week is going to be pretty quiet in general. We're going to only have really one chance at precipitation, which will come through as a front, pretty impressive front on Wednesday afternoon to evening, where we could get a few heavy showers and maybe even a rumble of thunder, and then end as a few wet snowflakes possibly as the temperatures really drop. The other significant portion weather for the week will really be that Thursday will be cold, very cold for late April, although we're going to look at temperatures and see that late April temperatures, even when it's really cold in late April, it's not midwinter cold because we are headed towards the end of April. So that's a quick summary of your weather, but let's take a look at some of the details. First, on satellite, we can see what's going on across the country, and we really do see that there's not a lot of significant weather going on. We've got a low pressure system here over Lake Superior. That's kind of headed north of us, and then it's kind of going to team up with this piece of upper level energy and a weak low pressure system at the surface to create a front that's going to swing through Thursday afternoon, like I said. And with that, it's going to usher in, we do have a pretty cold pocket of air here. We're going to look at that in a minute. And that's going to drag some colder air in, like I said, and drag some precipitation in for particularly for Thursday. The colder air and the precipitation will come through Wednesday afternoon and evening. If we look at the surface, we can see what those features look like. We've got this low pressure system here, kind of a draped across front with those clouds, and that other low pressure system with that upper level energy. And you can see this high pressure system here, which is pretty chilly, not overly cold, but pretty chilly for this time of year. And it's going to also tap a little bit more cold air that's up here near Hudson Bay as it comes across the country. In terms of what that looks like, here's your upper level pattern, and the blue indicates where we've got kind of a trough across the whole eastern 2/3 of the country, which is why we have this colder air this week as well. Where you have troughiness, you often have cold air. And this trough is actually, there's a big ridge across the west coast, and then there's another big storm. This is actually an omega block, which is breaking down. And again, we've talked a lot this spring about blocky patterns. We've been in a very blocky pattern. We're on what's been currently this blocky pattern across the east, which has been kind of dominating our weather with slightly cooler than average and slightly unsettled weather, although not terribly unsettled over the last few days. And that is going to continue, but the pattern is starting to break down and will be broken down mostly by the end of the week as our low pressure system heads through the area. In terms of temperatures, we're looking at, as you can see, there still is some cold air here across northern Canada. It continues to warm across Canada, though, and we are going to tap just a little piece of this, like I said, and be relatively cold by the end of the week. So before we take a quick look at the details on what the work week forecast looks like, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel before, I would encourage you to do so. It helps make sure that you get my videos. And also, if you want to make sure that other people can see my videos, drop a like or a comment in the section. Certainly, if you have any questions, drop a comment in there, and I'd be happy to answer them. And that helps other people discover my videos. In terms of the work week forecast, here's what it looks like. Today, we're mostly sunny. Tomorrow, with highs near 60. Actually, today's probably the nicest outdoor day of the week. Tomorrow, probably a little bit cooler, and clouds will start to mix in the afternoon. We'll be in the mid-50s. Wednesday is the chance for rain, although we'll start dry with clouds, maybe even a peak of sun in the morning. But then rain will come through later in the afternoon. Could be a briefly heavy shower, maybe even a rumble of thunder temperature, and we could mix with a little bit of wet snow at the very end. Nothing that'll accumulate as temperatures fall in the low 50s. Thursday is chilly, mostly sunny actually after a chilly start. So we start in the mid-20s. So that's pretty cold for late April. We get to the upper 30s. Again, with full sun, it's hard to only get to the upper 30s this time of year. And then Friday, we're warming up, still chilly or still below average, but we are rebounding with lows near 30 and highs in the upper 40s. So that's what the weather looks like this week. I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons, thank them for supporting the channel. And if you're interested in becoming a patron, you get an early look at the weekend forecast on Wednesdays, and also you get shout outs and things like that. So if you're interested in that, you can visit my Patreon site. And there's details there on what exactly it means to become a patron of the Weather Guy. Also help support the things that I do and the graphics we use and things like that. So thanks for that, and I'll be back again on Friday.